Hey guys, it's Andrea. I'm back with another Sew With Me from Missouri Star. We're making this quilt right here. Put my shirt on. It is the Pop Stars quilt. We're continuing our finishing. If you guys want to shop at Missouri Star, I do have an affiliate link I'll put down below in the description box. Embedded in my link, and it's an automatic 15% off your total order. Check it out. Alright, I've got my rows together. And I'm ready to start putting the rows together. Let me look at something real quick. Okay. I just gotta, hopefully, I don't think I need the book anymore, but I just gotta make sure I keep them in order because it's like a checkerboard design. Pull up these sleeves and get down to business. First row. Of course, I'm gonna check my rows as I go to make sure there's no overlapping, connecting colors, etc., and so forth. And there's not any sashing or anything in between the blocks or the rows. So that makes it nice. And I'm just gonna, anchor and adjust as needed. I probably should have pinned. Probably should have pinned these intersections. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a good girl. Let's see. Okay, that's off. That's off. So I'm gonna adjust it. I'm gonna pin from now on, but I'm hoping we'll be able to finish it this video. Should be able to. Why is this so wonky? Sure why that's not lined up like it should be. Find out. Maybe the hard way. It's lining up pretty good though. Okay. Still doing my quilt on the side, making an Irish chain out of 1.5 inch scraps, and I use that as leaders and enders. So there's 7 rows. I'm gonna press this. Sorry, I'm hitting the camera as usual. I may do this 2x2 and then start putting the 2x2s together. Oh. I'm gonna do this yet. I think that's how I'm gonna do it though. Make it a little less cumbersome. Okay, so I got those 2 rows done. Next 2 rows. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe I'm not gonna do it that way. That's not right. Himina. What the heck? Let me go from this side and see how it is. See, blue, that. Okay, let's pin it this time. Just gonna pin it at the block intersections. Hippo. Okay, that looks good. As I'm sewing this, it is, what is today? Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And this is, I think this is going up this weekend. Now I just got to pick a new project, yeah. I think I'm gonna start the Shine On sampler from Thimble Blossom. I think I may start that next. After this one, as the weekend. I don't know, I have to see how my ones during the week are going. I love a sampler though. I mean, I love these kind of quilts as well. But samplers, I think, work really well for the sew with me's. Keeps it interesting if we have different looks every time. I feel like. What do you guys? You guys give me your opinion on that. Do you have a preference? Do you think it's funner to watch me do samplers or quilts like this or any of the above. You don't care what it is. You just like to watch sewing. I need to put up a poll. But tell me down below, please. Please and thank you. Next two. Okay. That looks good. Someone is bumping. Can hear their bass. Well, Sam's been having a good Thanksgiving break, I think. He's gone out with his friends twice now, which I think that's good. He needs to get out and have some fun. He's already spent that money that he earned from cleaning the house. He spent it all the next day. He had me order him. At least he ordered some kind of a set of books. It is like, I think comic kind of books or some kind of anime stuff. I don't know. But anyway, he had me order it for him. There's $70 of it gone. I swear he does not hold on to money. As soon as he gets it, he's spending it. Stella, on the other hand, will not spend $1 to save her life. I don't think she's spent any money that she's gotten for birthdays and this and that in like 3 years. So funny how they're so different. Well, I don't know. I need to update y'all on the Missouri Star Advent situation. I still have not got it as of now. They said they were all sent out like 2 weeks ago, and if I hadn't received it yet, it's not coming. So she said she did request me a new one to be sent out. And that I would receive new tracking for it and stuff. I still haven't. But, it's the holiday week. I'm giving them grace. Hopefully, it'll leave out next week. I just hope it's here by December 1st, because y'all know I'm starting my daily Advent series. And that's my favorite one. So it's getting down to the wire. It is getting down to the wire. I don't know what the heck happened to my Advent. According to FedEx, they never got it. Is anyone else still waiting on theirs at this point? Shoot, it's not far from me. I mean, I'm in Arkansas. That's Missouri. We're neighboring states. You would think it would be pretty quick, huh? But it obviously got lost in the shuffle somewhere. I'm just very thankful that they keep extras just for that scenario, because she told me that and I was like, oh, thank goodness. I would be devastated if I didn't get it at all. Devastated. The only thing I don't like about the daily advent series is that I have to put on makeup every day. I have to film every single day. And I usually don't film every single day. But Christmas, rain or shine, I'm filming. But I do love me my advents. Of course, it's totally my choice to do it. It's not like somebody's forcing me. And y'all could probably care less if I've got makeup on and stuff, but I care. I care. Okay, now we've got the 3 sets of 2 put together. I've just got one lone strip over here waiting to attach because, you know, it's odd numbers. So let me press these last 2 and we can start putting the 2s together. Well, I'll put 2 and 2 together, and then I'll put 2 and 1 together, and then we'll put those together. It's lining up pretty good as I'm pressing it. Most of them are perfect. There's one that's about 1/8 of an inch off, but that's no big deal. Not to me anyway. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. Let me go ahead and put the 3 on this one. Go ahead and put the last one on. Okay, looks good. I picked out my binding. It's actually, I believe, Lola Boutique. It's yellow and it's got the wordage on it. I don't know if y'all can see that in the camera. I think it matches perfectly. I had this left over from that Sun and Moon quilt or whatever it's called. I can never remember the name of that thing. It's a beautiful quilt though. I haven't put it on my bed in ages. I need to. Of course, right now I need to put a Christmas quilt down after Thanksgiving. I'll probably put my Lori Holt vintage Christmas quilt on the bed. I haven't used that for Christmas yet at all, because I had it quilted this year. All of these quilts I'm talking about are on my sew and tell videos if you want to check them out. Everything I've ever made, I'm pretty sure, is on those videos, including paintings and knitting and all kinds of stuff. So it's not just sew and tell, but it's mostly sew and tell, because quilting is my drug of choice, if you will. Piecing. It's my love. It's my lover. It's my ride or die. Okay. took my Seam So Easy guide off for this because when I'm, it always gets hung up when I'm doing these big long piecings and borders and stuff. It just gets hung up on the guide, so I don't need it to do this. So I take it off if you're wondering what looks different. It's getting pretty wore out. I probably need to order a new one because look, you can't even see the lines on this side anymore. They're all wore off. But this is the only thing I really look at, and it was fading too, but I colored on the back side of it so I can still see my line. I love this thing. It has really made piecing easier because I don't have to stop and mark or pre-cut or anything. To see what's in my Missouri Star box. I'm being a good girl this year and doing it day by day with y'all. So all of my advent, I've not peeked at none of them. So we'll be doing it every day. This Missouri Star one and all the other ones I've got. But then after Christmas, after I'm done opening them, I'll post separate videos of most of the advents by themselves so you can see the whole thing at once if you want. Oh, I didn't cut off my beak. This guy. Okay, I just need to press this real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty positive we're going to be able to finish this one today. As I hit the camera for the 100th time. It's just like hanging here right beside me over my shoulder. So I'm always hitting it. I'm going to pull this off so it's not pulling down the back. I've told y'all before, this is my least favorite part, is just putting it all together. But at least I don't have to do sashing too. Just doing the simple border, not the pieced border that it shows in the pattern. And it's smaller. I had to make it small. My quilt's going to be smaller because I'm not doing the piece border. I'm not doing the small inner border. I'm just doing the outer border, which she called for 6 inches. And I didn't have enough fabric to make this 6 inches. It's 5. But, oh well. You do what you want. I do what I want. I'm going to press this too while I'm at it. Press the 3 strips. Oh my gosh. I know I'm driving y'all crazy with that. I can't help it. So unprofessional. So unprofessional. just a girl in a quilty corner asking you to love me. Okay. Whew. All right. Now these two. Nice. No repeats. I don't know why I keep pulling these sleeves back down. Just pinning the intersections again. So I'll do that as I just kind of fold it down and look and see that it's perfectly lined up. And pin it. This one's actually hitting right where it should. So far, so good. I'm a poet, didn't know it make a rhyme in a time. Oh man, these are all lined up. 'Cause I had a good day, take it one time. When you said so, then you turn it around. Making a funny noise. Let's see. What is happening? What's wrong? It's scrunching up like a scrunchie. Why is it doing that? Look. My bobbin's not out. It's kind of close to it. Let's try this again. There's another 9 patch. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe it was a weird fluke. It sounds normal again. Okay. I think something just kind of got tangled or something for a second. But sounds good. I do have to keep an eye on that bobbin though. I don't think it'll last the whole finishing. So next we'll put the 2 halves together. Ooh, I'm trying to clean out my freezer by, fixing things out of my freezer. So today, I've actually got a gap. I've got some space in my freezer now. I'm making very, very small progress. When I made the kids out of the freezer corn dogs and peas, that was their supper. And I made myself some bao buns that we had in the freezer that's, stuffed with pork, barbecue pork or chicken. I can't remember which. Not the greatest. They've been in there for a while. There's one left in the package. I think I'm just going to throw it away because I kind of feel a little bleh. But yeah, there's a gap about like this on one of my shelves now. I haven't made a New Year's resolution in years because I really don't believe in New Year's resolutions because, do what you should do regularly, not just because it's New Year's. But anyway, and no one ever keeps them. But I'm thinking I've already started, so it's not really a New Year's resolution, but a personal goal. Just quit hoarding so much freaking food in the freezer. Stop it. Once I get this thing cleaned out, I'm not doing that anymore. Try to use it as it comes, or don't order it. Clear out the hoard altogether. Which I've cleaned it out before and gave Janie, like, you know, huge sacks full of food to take home, or so I'll probably end up doing that too. But things don't stay in the freezer indefinitely. I mean, things go bad in the freezer too. Freezer burns and all that stuff, so. And when there's so much in it, you don't even know what the heck's in it. It's ridiculous. I'm getting on to myself. This is ridiculous, Andrea. So yeah, I'm working on it. And heads up with children. I've learned in motherhood is don't ask your kids what they want for supper. You just fix them supper and they'll eat it. Just like when I was gonna make the corn dog and peas. If I would have asked them beforehand, you don't want corn dogs and peas, they would have said no. But I fix it and I say supper's ready and they're like, okay, thanks, and they eat it. My mom, back when I wasn't working from home and the kids were younger, of course she'd have to babysit. She's next door. Or she would babysit, she don't have to. But I'd tell her, like, okay, fix the kids, we'll say corn dogs. Fix the kids corn dogs and this for supper, please. And then I get home and they haven't eaten. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, well, they said, I asked them what they wanted and they said they didn't want it. I said, no. No, ma'am. You fix it, you don't ask. You don't ask if they want it. Just fix it and they'll eat it. That's not to say I don't short order cook for my kids all the time, because I freaking do. I'm not gonna lie about that, but if I'm not in the mood to do that, I'll just cook them something, and you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Sam generally, well, he can be picky about some things. Stella is picky. So yeah, first Sam was like, I'm not hungry, and I'm like, well, I'm making corn dogs, and he's like, okay. He ate 4 freaking corn dogs. 4 corn dogs and half the bag of frozen, more than half the bag of frozen peas. I say 3/4 of the bag. So yeah, just fix it. Last one on now. Let's see. Let's go this way. I'm just looking at the colors and how they're looking next to each other. Yeah, that's why I ended up just eating those bao buds, because I didn't really want corn dogs, and then Sam said he'd take seconds, so I was like, okay. And then I steamed me those buns. They were not great, but I'm happy that they're out of the freezer now. Yeah, I was going to set out that steelhead trout to make. I couldn't even freaking find it because the freezer was so packed. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh. So sick of this. And I'll have to clean up my pile of hoard in the living room next to the unboxing desk. Or we're not even going to be able to fit a tree in there, y'all. I mean, it's crazy town. It is crazy town. It builds up quick when you're doing a bunch of unboxings. Kitchen. Yeah, my little brother just got back from a cruise. Him and his wife went to New Orleans and took a cruise out of there. And I think the day after he came back, he tested positive for flu. Sames. I did the same thing when we went on a cruise. We went on our cruise right before COVID hit. I mean, it was hitting in other countries when we went, but hadn't been in the U.S., and we were just hearing whispers of it, you know. I got back from our cruise. We took it in January of 2020, so it was the beginning of January. I came back sick as a dog. And then they weren't even testing people for COVID and stuff, so for all I know, came back with COVID, but I did test positive for flu. I told them when I went to the doctor too, because there were signs everywhere. If you've been out of the country, blah, blah, tell us. And I told them, I came back to the country yesterday and I'm sick as a dog. They did not even try to test me for any COVID or anything. But when I did get tested for antibodies later to see if I'd already had it, and I didn't have any, so. But yeah, it was the first time in my life, and the last time, knock on wood, I've had flu. And it was definitely the cruise that I got it on, because I was sick on the train ride home. Coughing my head off. I was sick as a dog. And it's funny, the kids never got sick. Nothing. And the whole time we were on the cruise, I was getting on to them the whole time for we're mostly Stella. When we'd go down the aisles, you know, the hallways, they had those handrails, and they would grab onto those handrails and just run down the aisle touching the handrails the whole time. And I specifically got it, would y'all stop doing that? There's so many germs, y'all. Stop doing that. And I'm the one that gets the flu. They're fine. I was late on my flu shot, though, and they weren't. I got it, right before we went, and it wasn't enough time for it to incubate. So that's probably why they didn't, and I did. Speaking of which, I need to get my flu shot and booster. But yeah, I was making YouTube back then when I started my YouTube 2019. So I've probably been doing it about a year. There's a few videos under vacations on that cruise. Stella, of course, as per usual, you know, she either gets sick or hurt. And she got hurt on the cruise. She cut her little toe open on the pool. There was a loose tile, and her little old toe just poured blood. And they gave her a little stuffed animal apology and stuff, and gave her a wheelchair to get back to the room, and boy, she milked that for all it's worth. She loved that wheelchair. We couldn't even hardly get it down the hallways. It was so big. I was like, Stella, I let her use it for the rest of that night, and then I was like, you cannot use that wheelchair anymore. You don't need a wheelchair. Yeah, that's the highlight, I think, of her trip. It was fun, though. It was a fun trip before I got sick. Luckily, it was on the way home that I got sick, not on the cruise. I still enjoyed the whole cruise. I just did not enjoy the trip home. Trip home was miserable. Well, I probably had the flu one other time in my life when I was little. I don't know if it was the flu. I'm sure it was, though. That was the time I told you about. I had such a high fever that I passed out at school. I was sick as a dog. I mean, I was having the fever dreams and everything. So I probably had the flu then. But that was when I was little. Okay, let's put this border on, y'all. Let me see. I'm going to do short sides first. Short side first. What time are we at? 42. Okay, I think we could do it in 20 minutes, I hope. I've just got these all sewn together. And boy, I had to leave the tear and stuff sides on because like I said, I was barely getting enough. And I think I've barely got enough to finish it. Taking one down, you sing a sad song and you turn it around. How's that bobbin doing? I hope you last for this. Oh, it's making the weird noise again. Yeah, it's the bobbin giving me trouble. Let me go change it. Okay, it was definitely the bobbin. It had just a wrinkly little couple of spools of line on it. So, this should fix it. Oh, I always forget to turn it back down. Scares me every time. And I'll just cut this off as I go. I'll trim it when I get to the end of the line, start the other line, so on and so forth. That way I don't have to worry about if it's long enough, it's too short, etc. I just cut it as I go. Oops. anchor and adjust as needed. I'm getting near the end of the road. Okay, now I'm gonna trim it. Bring out the big dogs. This is one of the first scissors I bought when I started quilting, so I was like, oh, so satisfying of a cut. Gingham scissors. I guess I'll leave them out because I gotta trim all these. I think those things weigh a pound at least. Pushing rooms by 8 by 12 4-bedroom mama. King of the road. I know every hand out in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I say trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let for 50 cents. Look how crooked I got that. I'm just gonna make it overlap a little bit because my cut's so damn sloppy. Probably need to cut it with my rotary cutter from now on. I'm doing the I'm doing the two short sides first, and then I'll go and do the two long sides. If I run out of this fabric before the end, oh Lord, Lord, Lord. I think I got it figured out right though. Turn this up. I feel the need for speed. Stogies I have found, short but not too big around. I'm a man of means by domain, king of the road. do it just a little bit longer, just in case. I know every handout never counts. I think we're gonna make it around an hour, guys. I'm impressed. Only 2 more sides to go. Let me press these real quick though. Okay. I just paused you while I ironed it. You're probably like, well, thank the Lord. That song. I can't remember half the words though. Such a good song. No. King of the road. Mama, man of means by no means, king of the road. Trailers rooms to let the 50 cents. No pool, no phone, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, all but 2 hours of the Lord, please let me make it with this fabric. I'm getting scared. I did a little measure thing with the fabric up next to the quilt in that oh so precise measurement of hold it up. Looks like it fits. This freaking pedal is sliding everywhere. Come back here, little mama. Anyway, in that precise measurement of mine, I had about this much left over. So that's gonna go right up to that seam. Like if I ripped that seam, it would be the perfect match to that. One more side. Dear Lord, make this fabric last. Dear Lord, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. Dear God, make me a bird. What movie is that from? Cool Points. Cool Points. Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it. Yes. Oh shoot. I'm sitting here in La La Land and completely forgot to cut this. I'm sitting there daydreaming about Forrest Gump. Whenever I want you, all I have to do. Look how much I left. I told y'all it's down to the wire. Woo! Let's go look at this bad boy. Let's do us a little lesson on cutting though. A couple people have been asking me to show some cutting. Now, this is how I do with my scraps. Like when I'm done, this is gonna go in my scraps. But first I'm gonna cut it. I save 5-inch, 2.5-inch, and 1.5-inch. That's all I save besides strips, you know. But first I'm gonna clean up this edge. I'm gonna take about 1/4 of an inch off that raggedy edge. And this is 5 inches, I know that. So I'm gonna take my ruler here and find the 5. Follow this line down to the other 5, and that's the 5-inch line. So I just put it on there just like this. So you can see my 5 and my 5 are here. And I know this is a 5-inch cut, which is not perfect, and it's got selvage, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually cut this into 2.5. So again, 2.5. Follow the line down across 2.5. I'm gonna put the edge of the 2.5 right on the side of my fabric, cut along there, turn it, put the 2.5-inch line in corner there again, cut it, and then I have 2.5-inch squares for my scraps. And since this has that selvage and the little raggly, I'm gonna make it a 1.5-inch scrap. So the 1.5-inch line is gonna go on the edge. And the 1.5-inch lines as well into a corner. So I've got a 1.5-inch square, 1.5-inch square, 1.5-inch square, and that's for my scraps, which I'll actually put right there for my Irish chain, and so on and so forth. I'll just cut all of these up for my scraps, and I cut my scraps as I go, like this at the end if I've got extra of the binding left. As I'm cutting the fabric for the quilt, I'll cut my scraps. Say I'm cutting for my scraps and I've got this much left, I automatically get my ruler out, and it's gonna be 1.5. Cut my scraps as I go. I don't throw them into a pile to be cut later, because you know what's gonna happen? You're never gonna cut it later. It's gonna stay in a pile and whatever you tote you threw it in. Just cut it as you go. It's really simple to cut with the rotary cutter, to me. If this doesn't answer your questions, tell me what exactly is confusing you about it, so I can try to help. Of course, if you were left-handed, you'd probably be coming from the other side, like Jenny does. Jenny's left-handed, she's always cutting from the other side, because she has her rotary cutter in this hand. So that you'd go from the other side. That's all there is to it. Now let's go look at her. Okay, there she is. Miss America. Yeah, what do you think of my new quilt?
I like it.
It's a nice, I would say big throw or a small twin. I do wish I wouldn't have put that yellow on the end. I didn't think about that next to the yellow binding. Let's take it apart. Just kidding. What do y'all think? Cute, right?
You have string all over your shirt.
I know, I've got string everywhere. Tell me what you guys think. I wish these weren't together too. But they are different if you look close. They're all different. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you liked the video. Subscribe if you like to watch Sew With Me. I'll see y'all at the next one.